This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Friday, the 13th of August in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. 1 week after announcing that children will be vaccinated using an existing immunization law, the Health Minister, Dr. Frank Anthony, today said parents will have to grant permission for their children to be vaccinated. During his daily COVID-19 update, the Health Minister said the process has already been activated to get children vaccinated against COVID-19.
We have started sending out letters to parents, and they'll have to sign those letters and send them back with the child so that we know whether or not we can vaccinate the child. So that's a very important component of this program, because the persons under 18 cannot decide for themselves.
Dr. Anthony said that consent from parents will pave the way for the ministry to plan how it will roll out the vaccination in the school system to target the children. He said the Pfizer vaccine will soon become available to Guyana, and that vaccine will become the preferred choice of vaccine for children.
We have had discussions with the Ministry of Education, and through the Ministry of Education and through that collaboration, we'll be working to make sure that children who are in school can have access to the vaccines. We will be using different modalities to make sure that children who are at school can get access to the vaccine. And all those out-of-school youth who would be between the ages of 12 and 18, once we are in that community, they can come to that vaccination site and access the vaccine.
Late last year, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration allowed emergency use of the vaccine from age 16. Earlier this year, the vaccine was given to children in the U.S. ages 12 to 15 years old. In March, Moderna started clinical trials of its vaccine in children ages 6 months to 11 years. More news coming up in just a moment.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together we rise.
Take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, get back to your life. Take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, get back to your life. Take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, get back to your life. Take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, get back to your life.
A message from Republic Bank.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100. I'm in a rush. Digital got me in a rush. Driving style for the summer. Digital summer rush.
Nobody's doing it big like Digicel this summer. Top up with $1,000 or more and collect the letters to spell the word RUSH for a chance to win one of 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs. Yes, you heard it right. 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs.
Driving style for the summer. Hey, Digicel summer rush.
Start topping up now.
Let G GBTI, make your dreams of owning a home a reality. Buy or build your home with us. Let us help you to completely outfit your home and make it move-in ready. Need to purchase land? We finance that too. Benefit from our 10% down payment and interest rates as low as 4.25%. Calculated on the reducing balance with up to 30 years to repay. Switch your mortgage to us and learn about benefiting from the equity in your home. Invest wisely. Apply online or call your branch to schedule an appointment. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
The Private Sector Commission and the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce today registered their satisfaction and support of the decision by the Guyana Elections Commission to terminate the services of the Chief Elections Officer Kit Lowenfield, his deputy Roxanne Myers, and returning officer Clement Mingo. In a statement, the Private Sector Commission said it commends the chairperson and GCOM commissioners for having brought the issue to a closure. The Private Sector Commission said from the beginning it has publicly advocated that GCOM's decisions be transparent and in compliance with the law and consistent with international standards and best practices. The organization said it believes that the decision is a step in the right direction in restoring public confidence in the Elections Commission. For its part, the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce said removing the officers was also a step in the right direction for Guyana, and the body looks forward to an open, transparent process to fill the new vacancies for the top positions at GCOM. The organization also reiterated that the developments represent an opportune time for the nation to undertake necessary electoral reforms, and it underscores the urgency with which they ought to be undertaken. The Chamber of Commerce said it anticipates that the electoral reforms process will be one which has the input and involvement of a wider range of stakeholders, so as to solicit ideas on the strongest sets of reforms possible. The Guyana National Bureau of Standards is now one step closer in ensuring that Guyana follows international standards in the oil and gas sector. A memorandum of understanding was signed today between the GNBS and the American Petroleum Institute, the API, to adopt some 700 standards for oil and gas. API, which was formed in 1919 as a standard-setting organization, represents all segments of America's oil and natural gas industry, with more than 600 members that produce, process, and distribute most of the nation's energy. Since its existence, API has so far developed some 700 standards to enhance operational and environmental safety, efficiency, and sustainability. At the signing of the MOU, the chairman of the National Standards Council, Vladimir Prasad, underscored the importance of such collaborations to ensure that Guyana follows suit in implementing some of the world's best practices when dealing with the oil and gas sector.
It is the initiation of a pursuit to utilize some of the best standards to build our oil and gas industry. This relationship will benefit all stakeholders in the industry to improve their access to increased and improved opportunities. As the chair of the National Standards Council and on behalf of the other members, I welcome this partnership. No doubt, the national standards provide opportunities for higher levels of economic growth, favorable conditions for trade, and generally higher levels of development. They are critical to the petroleum industry, which is governed by the global benchmarks.
Prasad also implored businesses here to follow the international standards in order to fully benefit from the sector in Guyana.
I would like to encourage all local businesses, especially those desirous of their share directly or indirectly from oil and gas, to pursue the implementation of the national and international standards. Standards support innovation, efficiency, and development, and these are what Guyana needs at this current juncture.
Through the signing of the agreement, the GNBS will add 700 new standards from the API to ensure best practices in various sectors of the oil and gas industry. The MOU will also facilitate the sharing of knowledge through various levels of training that will be provided. President Irfan Ali held discussions today with senior officials of Caribbean Airlines to discuss existing challenges and ways of strengthening the partnership between the airline and Guyana. According to the President's office, during the meeting, the President called on the airline to do more to improve its local content in the Guyana market. The President said he knows that Caribbean Airlines is currently cutting costs and cutting staff members, but he would like to see more involvement of Guyanese in the operations of the airline. He also raised the long outstanding issue of the cost of flights aboard Caribbean Airlines to and from Guyana and the frequency of those flights. He said it is under those circumstances that he wanted to engage the airline and to have a clear understanding as to where the airline is heading. The president said he believes Caribbean Airlines is a long and strong partner with Guyana, and the two need to find a way in which the partnership is demonstrated in a stronger way. In his remarks, Caribbean Airlines chairman Ronnie Mohammed said the airline has been a legacy carrier into the Guyana market, and the mutual friendship and relationship between Guyana and Trinidad have been maintained and sustained, especially through the airline. The chairman said Caribbean Airlines is eager and willing to partner deeper with its footprint in Guyana. Let's tell you now that the Guyana Police Force has issued wanted bulletins for 3 more men in connection with last week's multi-million-dollar robbery at the Wallison Gold Trading Company in Kitty. Wanted now are Dequan King, also known as Titus, former GDF member Jamal Hazel, and Antonia Mirage, known as Pluckin' or Thuggy. King has been identified as the getaway driver, while the other 2 wanted men, Hazel and Mirage, are believed to have been 2 of the robbers who carried out the heist. There were 3 robbers who carried out the heist. The police in its statement last night said Hazel and Mirage were observed on CCTV cameras carrying out the robbery. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of the 3 men is asked to contact the nearest police station or call 911. Earlier this week, a serving member of the Guyana Defense Force and 2 other men were charged in connection with the same robbery. The 3 have been remanded to jail. So far, investigators have been able to recover $18 million in cash from the robbery. That money was found buried in a bucket in the backyard. The company said the robbers made off with more than $30 million in cash and $20 million in raw gold. A police corporal was remanded to jail today after he was charged with 3 counts of corrupt transactions. The young policeman Omodeli Damon appeared before the chief magistrate this morning, charged with collecting $480,000 through corrupt transactions. The policeman is accused of contacting a relative of a man who was arrested for illegal possession of a firearm and offering to get the man released and the charges dropped for a cost. The policeman allegedly collected $200,000 in cash initially, and then allegedly requested a further $200,000 and was given the amount. The court heard that the police corporal made a request for an additional $80,000, and it was at that stage that his alleged victim confided in a friend who later contacted the police. A sting operation was set up and Corporal Demon was arrested just after he allegedly received the additional $80,000. The money was found in his possession, according to the police. In court today, the policeman pleaded not guilty to the charges, but the magistrate refused to grant him bail. He will remain behind bars until the 26th of August, when the matter will be called up again.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together we rise.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyana Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyana's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, the Ministry of Health in Trinidad and Tobago has advised the population there that Trinidad and Tobago has confirmed its first 2 cases of the COVID-19 Delta variant of concern. The first patient is a recently returned national who traveled to Trinidad from the United States. The second patient is also a recently returned Trinidadian who traveled to Trinidad from Mexico, transiting through Panama and Guyana. The Trinidadian government said as per existing quarantine protocols, the nationals provided negative PCR tests, which were taken 72 hours prior to their arrival. The nationals were immediately placed in the state-supervised quarantine as per the protocol for unvaccinated adults. The ministry said as a result of the positive COVID-19 results from their 7-day swab, the persons were subsequently transferred and isolated in a state step-down facility. The presence of the Delta variant in Trinidad was confirmed via gene sequencing at the laboratory of the Faculty of Medical Sciences, University of the West Indies. That laboratory has been testing COVID-19 positive samples from Trinidad and Tobago and other CARICOM member states since September of last year. In Jamaica, the country's young people are to be given priority in accessing the Pfizer vaccine, which is being touted as one of the safest for use in children and adolescents. That will happen when 200,000 doses arrive in the island next week to boost the country's vaccination drive. Jamaicans 15 years and older will get priority on the jabs when the shipment lands next Tuesday. Persons 12 years old and older with comorbidities will also be targeted with a 2-dose vaccine. The shots could begin to go into arms as early as the 23rd of August, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said. The Jamaican Health Minister is hoping that the latest development will benefit particularly students who are sitting examinations. In addition to the 300,000 AstraZeneca doses recently donated to Jamaica by the British government, more than 100,000 doses of the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine are expected to arrive in the island this month, a significant boost to Jamaica's stock of vaccines. And finally tonight, international news. All civil servants in Canada must be vaccinated by the end of October or risk losing their jobs, the government there has announced. The mandate also applies to workers in federally regulated sectors like rail. Commercial air crews and interprovincial train passengers must also be vaccinated to travel. Canada has one of the highest COVID vaccination rates in the world, with 81% of eligible people having received at least 1 dose. In Canada, provinces have a record of who has received vaccines. One official added that testing and screening procedures will be implemented for those who cannot be vaccinated for medical reasons. One minister said the government, the nation's largest employer, must lead by example in the fight against COVID-19. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.